And they're saying a lot of things about the judiciary, about the process, about the investigation, the officers, the agency involved. So with these questions, let's go across to Swapnil Kothari, an advocate joining us on the broadcast this evening. Swapnil, looking at the order, looking at the reasons, the observations, the fallout, and the reactions to what's happened in court. As a lawyer, what do you make of it?
It's a tough road ahead for Team Aryan and the other accused. No question about that. The Bombay High Court is going to look at all of these things seriously. I mean, the first step that they have to cross tomorrow is to ensure that at least the judicial custody they don't get, because tomorrow's custody is ending before the Killa court. So that is something which they have to look at. And hopefully, looking at this order of today, NCB will be successful in getting some sort of an additional judicial custody for the next 5 to 6 days or so. But be that as it may, the bail application, when it's moved before the Bombay High Court, Niranjan, is going to be a tough task, a real tough task for Team Aryan's lawyers, for the simple reason that all the sections of the NDPS Act, as held in the previous case, which was Ria Shauvik's case, are non-bailable unless you justify that he has not committed an offence prima facie, and once let on bail, is not going to commit any other offence. Now, if you observe the last few paragraphs of the bail order, if you read them, the judge is very clear that he is not satisfied on these counts. And that is the reason he's saying that the rigors of Section 37, which deals with the bail under the NDPS Act, applies along with those elucidated under CRPC and all the judgments so far, all the settled law, that, you will not tamper with the evidence, etc. But the rigors of NDPS Act come in that prima facie, you don't seem to have not committed an offence. It's a negative. And secondly, that I'm not so sure if I let you on bail that you will not commit an offence, even if you are within the jurisdiction of this court, even if you report to the police station, because those are the usual conditions of the bail bond, that you report to the police station once a week, your passport is impounded, you cannot travel. If you want to travel, you seek my permission, etc. So this particular order, that 21-page order, and let me tell you, Niranjan, what is more damning here is that what has gone in the way of Aryan Khan and the others is that there is a common intent, which is common intention section 34 IPC and section 120B criminal conspiracy. Now, common intention and conspiracy by definition itself means more than one person. So if there are three people, the possession in the hand of the other, if you know that the person is having, and there will be a football, we'll have a blast, etc. Although blast is something which, we commonly use it. But the fact is that you knew each other, you knew what we were in there for. So there the common intention is established. So obviously that leads to possible furtherance of conspiracy. Now, especially if there is some peddling, trafficking, that is for the NCB to show. But for the moment, as far as the bail is concerned, suffice it to say that the NCB has done a job to ensure that they have planted a thought in the minds of the judge, saying these with these WhatsApp chats, etc., that look, we are not sure that if we let this person out on bail, he will not commit an offence. We are not sure that he has not committed an offence. That's the reason why there is section 29, which is abetment conspiracy. And that is why the rigors of section 37 apply. NDPS Act is a different case from the IPC.
Swapnil, quickly, I know you have limited time, and I too have limited time, my friend. Before I hit a break, I just want to ask you, if in 1 minute, if you can sum up and tell us, what are the options for Aryan Khan? What next for Aryan Khan? We hear that his lawyers are trying to now move the High Court of Bombay. So what next? What are the legal options for him? As a lawyer, what do you think his options are?
Yeah, the first thing is that he'll have to approach the Bombay High Court, which they already have. Secondly, is point out that the learned session judge has not looked at certain facts that the defense has presented, or certain arguments that the defense has presented. And certainly I would appreciate if none of the defense lawyers ever put up an argument that these are children and you should let them go. That is an argument which doesn't sit in the minds of the judge. So, that...
I think I lost the line there with Swapnil Kothari.